Live, baby.
What it do? What it do? Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's Monday and we lit.
Lit, lit.
Jezebel, how was your holidays?
My holidays was amazing. I want to say for the first time in so long. So I can't complain here. How about yours?
Jezebel. Yeah. Holidays.
My holidays was amazing.
So
I
look,
want
let
to
me
say
let
for
me
the
tell you like this, right? Christmas
uh-huh.
was cool. Why did I spend all Christmas going back and forth with an artist on Facebook?
Okay.
Now,
Was it worth your time, first of all?
I don't know. See, like being here in Atlanta, this was like literally my first Christmas where I was kind of not bored in the sense of nothing to do,
Mm-hmm.
but bored in the sense that I knew family wasn't or friends wasn't coming through, right?
Yeah.
I knew there wasn't going to be too much to do. After the gifts was open, my
Mhm.
kids normally migrate to their own world anyway.
Okay.
Now, the things that keep us going on Christmas is the family and friends that pop up.
Mm-hmm.
However, this year was a little different for me, right? So I spent a lot of my Christmas on Facebook while my kids were, playing their new games and in their new zones and doing their thing. The
Mm-hmm.
wife was doing her thing, making all these different dishes and baking cakes and whatnot. And I just found my time being consumed by Facebook. Which started off with Merry Christmases to people,
Mm-hmm.
easily went left. I
Okay.
had a post that got over 1,000 comments, close to 2,000 comments on Facebook. And I know that I struck a nerve because I said I used the Homer Simpson meme and said
Mm-hmm.
artists be in the studio looking like this and they write bullshit, right?
You posted on Instagram too?
Yes,
Okay. I saw
I
it.
did. I posted it on Instagram too. So now I didn't know that 2020 had bred so many new artists. So many I don't want to call them up and comers. They're just like new guys. It's like it's like a
What's
bunch of new guys. Nah, I mean like listen, this is
hold on,
this
Keith. You can't even see it because my
I
light,
can
but
see
I
that.
see.
I can see that. I saw it. That is it. That is it. Now, what happened with this onslaught of COVID was everyone became thinking about what could they do, right? How
Right.
could they play their part? How could they escape the boredom? How
Mm-hmm.
could they just find a new lane? Um, Females went to what we talked about every time, modeling, OnlyFans, and things of that nature.
That's not
But
modeling. Owen,
not OnlyFans is modeling.
I'm just,
I'm seeing a lot of people ask for their
I'm just
refunds.
joking. I'm just
I'm seeing
joking.
I'm seeing a lot of people ask for their refunds because it's too much modeling going on there. Not enough. Not enough
Extra.
extra,
Mm-hmm.
extra. But let me just keep it 1,000, man. Like I have been watching the scene, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've been watching a lot of these new rappers pop up, you know. And some of the rappers that have been working for more than 2 years, I'm liking to see how they're newly finding themselves to try to keep going through this COVID, through this whole transition. The artist that's been going on for 5 or 10 years, I'm liking to see how y'all are going through this COVID. I'm seeing a lot of them just up and quitting. Rap ain't for 'em, you know. I'm seeing a lot of new guys that looked up to these guys or looked at them as hating on them, really, because it's like it's a anything you can do, I can do better world.
I don't understand that. Like everybody got their own lane though. Like it
Nah,
just
but you like the sad thing is, like back in my day, everybody, I kind of think that we used to just like want to ride our own lanes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's what
Like, but now this era, we in a quick scheme area. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that this year was deemed the year of the flex on this show before?
Yes, you did.
Now, it's amazing that that term is coined, but it's really everyone is seeing what it's doing, and it's like it's no longer like a dog eat dog world. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer eat or be eaten. It's get with or get forgotten. So now everybody just says, "Hey, I could do that too.
Yeah.
I can do that. I could do that." And with like I tell everybody, with all of the research that is at our hands in today's world, you know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
all of the research that we have, like anybody can jump on Google right now. Anybody can jump on Google and find out how to start a business, how to
Mm,
make money, how to get a car, how whatever you want to figure out, how to, and it just goes. Some things you don't even be thinking about if you type in how to. Google start just giving you suggestions, and your mind just can run free. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So now we got all these new artists, all these new models, all these new anything and everything because
New
jobs are shut down.
podcasters.
What you call them?
New podcasters.
Yeah, everything. Oh, I mean, like I've seen some new shows, and they coming straight out off the buck, like they ready. And the thing about it is, I done watched a few of the new podcasts, and I won't talk about y'all, but y'all just man,
Get
bring
your
it
own
on.
dick.
Everybody just doing the same thing, music reviews and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I said, remember when I said I'm gonna stop calling artist music trash and just start saying that the music is not for me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta keep it 1,000, young. I think that being nice approach started the downfall and the onslaught to where artists felt as though they could come to me, they could say whatever they wanted to me, and it was free and easy to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like telling people their music is trash because I feel like you have a fan base.
Yeah.
But
We,
now I gotta be 100 with artists and start telling y'all when I don't like it because I've realized that we're in a position where people are looking up to us
yeah.
and people want to be us.
Mhm.
And what's crazy is we are the measurements of success.
We are. But you know what? I have a question about because now that people are trying to figure out what their lane is and what they're trying to do, how do you feel as an artist about TikTok and
So
that platform itself? And how do you think it benefits the artist? And how do you think it can hurt the artist?
I don't think TikTok is for artists. I think TikTok is for fans. You know, yeah, artists can put his music on TikTok, and that's really all it's for. It may be a good avenue to drop your new music and do your little dance with it, and then get everybody on top of it, teaching them your dance and things like that. But let's just be real. The celebrities that are winning on TikTok are doing things that are not what they known for. Like Will Smith is, of course, acting on TikTok, which makes that fun because it's comedy and things like that. But I mean, like, it ain't like showing a talent. He ain't on there rapping and things like that. Yeah, a lot of rappers they get on there, they want to do the air guns and hold the money and do their new single. But Instagram is for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think every site is for that. But TikTok, if a lot of artists don't understand what TikTok is for, it's for your song to get popping on there to create something that is like to help you create viral moments. But unless they're surrounded around dances, unless you done coordinated your music around a dance, that TikTok ain't for you as an artist. You know, I mean, it just is what it is.
You so cutthroat. I,
Because let me tell you why. What I realized this weekend, I was too nice.
mhm.
I had an artist. Like I said, let me tell you. Let me finish telling you about this artist though. He decided to get on his page and let everyone that he knew that I knew that he thought that he was better artist than me. He also
Who
proceeded
say
to,
such a thing?
I don't even know. He's not a real artist.
You're
And
not
I
name
don't I
dropping.
wanna I'm a
I'm messy ass.
I put his page up on my Facebook. But I put his page up on my Facebook. But like long story short, well, not even long story short, because we got time, guys. We got time today. Because I told him I wanted him to come on today. You know, because like I just wanted to really see where he was coming from, but that didn't happen. But he wanted to bombard me with how much he was better than me and things like that. So I started to bombard him with numbers. He wanted to start bombarding me with that doesn't matter. You have marketing down pat. You have promotion down pat. I don't have these things down pat. I'm just starting. Now, what artists that are listening, you can leave a comment. Tell me, what do you think saying I just started means?
Give me a break.
Maybe, but I tell an artist, if you get on a bicycle and you know that you're about to be going uphill to try to climb to reach a goal, to get up that hill, once you start pedaling, just because you don't have the endurance or the strength built up in your legs yet, if you stop pedaling and fall all the way back down to the bottom, it's no one's fault of your own. No one's gonna look. The only thing that is when you say I just started, to me, that just says you ain't got that far to fall. You haven't invested anything. You haven't risked anything. And they want to come at, a lot of artists feel like, oh, I can jump the steps by going after people that have already risked these things or already made these sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Now, he kind of was like trying to like Nate Robinson himself into the boxing world, you know? But the reality of the matter is Nate Robinson was only able to get that opportunity because Nate Robinson had a name for himself as Nate Robinson already. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people are like, oh man, he ain't had no business getting a chance to box. He ain't had no business. He didn't go through the ranks. But he became Nate Robinson first. You know what I'm saying? So where it's like, hey, shoot, Nate Robinson though. He may not be a boxer, but people look at Nate Robinson. Let's bring him on over, you know?
Yeah.
But these artists are afraid to become themselves first before they start attacking people who are already where they want to be. You know? Now, when I was coming up as an artist, right? I can admit on this show, Rolling with Success, Balls Biz Radio, right in front of Jezebel the Truth and all these people looking, I can honestly say, when I first started rapping, I was in awe of artists that used to walk into the venue and own it. You know? And like I'm standing in the back with maybe one or two of my friends, and you know, you all got that hate face like, who's he? Why does he didn't sign up? You know? Like you start asking, why does he get to go? Why is he going on before me? And he just walked in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I was one of those artists in awe of a lot of artists that were coming up, right? And I don't think that my flex, right, since we're in the year to flex, my flex was never going to an artist and being like, yo, I'm better than you. Oh, I will dog you. Let's have a battle. Let's go song for song. Remember, I told this whole show and everybody that's been paying attention to the show, I don't support verses. You know, I don't like the verses idea. I think that it's a cool concept to have two people on stage sharing their music together, but I don't like the title verses because it puts in the mind frame already that it's a battle. That it's like my music is better than your music, and that's the key. Well, reality is we've learned that that's not the facts. My lights went out. See how this work here?
We can still hear you.
Yeah, we've learned that that's not the facts. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get this light going because I don't know how this happened. What we have really learned is that the facts remain that if we do what we got to do. We don't have to hate on anybody.
Exactly.
We don't have to acknowledge anything the next man is doing if we're doing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't about I'm better than you or I'm this. I never
But
even
in
tried
what context would he say that he's better than you? Like, what was he saying lyrically? He's saying beat choice? Is he saying overall? Is he just saying?
Listen, like what's crazy is he did actually break it down. He
Okay.
broke it down. He acknowledged that he says that all I am better than him in the music business is his marketing and promotion, right?
Uh-huh.
However, he feels he holds the hand in writing hits. These was his words, writing hits.
Okay.
And we all understand how that works. You know what I'm saying? Writing a hit or the idea of writing a hit is not on you as the artist. If I write a song, I'm not allowed to come to you and be like, Jezebel, I wrote a hit.
I'm like, all right, let me check it out. Check it out.
Look, though, I mean, honestly, even if you did love it, even if you loved it yourself, we got a lot more people to reach.
Okay.
Before we can be like, yeah, you
It's
can
a
go
hit.
on. Now you can go on the horse and say, yo, Sixxcess has a hit. Y'all should listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then
Right.
it builds steam. But for me to do it, these are my babies. Have you ever heard somebody walk up and say, yo, my baby ugly as shit? But look at my ugly ass baby. Have you ever heard anybody say that?
No.
The day that the ugly person comes up to me and tell me, look at my ugly ass baby, I will go out here and start self-promoting myself. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to do that. We already know that the words that come out of our mouth about our stuff is going to be nice.
Exactly.
Even a shy, scareful person will hit you with the, I don't know if you're going to like it, but I did my best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think about this? Try it and tell me what you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but damn, I'm out here. This is the best pie ever made. I
It's
can make a
trying to
pie
hit.
better than a patty pie. Now we supposed to just start. Everybody's supposed to come eat my damn pies because I said it, right?
So I'm curious to know how you guys even got on a topic of whose music is better than whose. Like, were you just minding your business on Facebook and?
Let me tell you how. If I had to put it in my words, how it happened, it was my niceness. He sent me a couple of tracks, and I, as okay, so as rolling with Sixxcess, I responded, these are dope. These are nice. You know what I'm saying? Keep working out. Keep doing your thing. As Sixxcess, I probably should have said, but as K-Ron on Facebook, I'm just like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I wear different hats, and I'm like always a different person, depending on how the person approaches me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how it got on to music as opposed to it just becoming a lot of like, it was just starting to be like a lot of jabs, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I think it was just like trying to get my attention, you know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get my attention, but not easy to get my attention in music, you know?
Okay.
Because I'd rather you come to me every day. We talk every day about your real life, what's going on, how you feeling, how you been. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you got a problem, let's talk about it. If you got something, you know what I'm saying, on your chest that's bothering you, let me help you figure it out. You know, if you're not
Mm-hmm.
making no moves, let me help you figure out how to make some moves. You know what I'm saying? That's me as a real person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as an artist, I think you got to cut that off because that nice side makes people feel like they can say anything to really. I think that he started saying it really just to get in the
What was
mix.
your response? What was your response again?
Uh, he's not allowed to. You're not allowed to say that you have a hit. And the thing about it is, my response was simple: if you make hits, where's your hits? You know, I fight fire with
Baby.
fire. So like I said, I've been getting at it a minute now about artists why artists aren't making any money, why artists aren't getting any streams, why artists aren't getting any shows, why artists aren't getting paid shows. You know, and like the thing about it is, people ask me, how are you qualified to give these answers? Well, I know. I went from the artist that was getting, I went from the artist, listen, people look at me. I was the artist that paid $50, $200 to get on the show because I thought it was going to be a great opportunity. You know,
And
and
was it
never,
overall?
never,
But why
never,
not?
never a great. Let me just use one name for instance. And I usually don't drop names on here because they usually be bad stories. But K Carter, for instance, right? He had this tour called the 95 tour. I should have known the tour was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's called the 95 tour. But I was like adamant. I was ready to show the world that I was the next great rapper out of the DMV, if not the world. You know?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is how you got to do it. You got to go into these showcases. You got to be the best at the showcase. So I paid $150. Now, I never forget it because the showcase was on my anniversary. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we were supposed to been in like a whole nother state, whole nother country, or a whole nother state, whole nother city, whole nother town. And I get a call like, yo, you got to do this showcase. They trying to pick people to go on tour. And I'm like, word? Like, do I got a shot? They're like, man, all you got to do is perform. You locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh, I bet. I'm on my way. I get down there. Get down there, pull out my little 150 like it wasn't nothing, pay it, perform my 2 songs, sit around, cause you know you got to sit around and wait for them to tell you if you want or not, right?
Right.
Whole time the wife getting pissed. I mean, pissly, pissed. But we sitting there, and K Carter gets on stage and he say, "Man, this done was a real good turnout. We're gonna do this again because we ain't find nobody we liked yet." And I said, "All right, bet, let me go."
Huh?
Before I made it out the door, there were 3 judges, and there was K Carter, whose actual event it was. All 3 of the judges, no cap, all 3 of the judges stopped me and said, "Yo, give me your information. I don't know what K Carter's thinking." You know what I'm saying? I ended up doing shows for all of those guys, but not that tour.
But so it still benefited you though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about it is, there's no such thing as a bad opportunity if you do your job, if you kill it.
Exactly.
Because somebody gonna always see what your potential, and if you do the right thing. I remember doing shows and walking in the show, and like the show was promoted as going to be thousands of people here. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
walked into the show. There was 3 people there, and they said, "Up next, Sixxcess." I looked around and said, "Ain't no, ain't no fucking body here." You know what I'm saying? These words right here. These words right here will be the most epic words a show promoter ever said to me. I'll never forget it. He said, "Don't you see that camera right there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You don't know how many people looking at that." I said, "Damn." He said, "You better perform that joint like it's packed in this bitch."
Mm-hmm.
And I did. With nobody in there, I'm sweating like a motherfucker. You know, going in. Going in. You feel me? So I
Yeah.
mean, after that show, tours, because the YouTube, they put it on YouTube. They put it on their
Mm-hmm.
Facebooks and it got views. Nobody was in the show. You couldn't look at that video, you never know nobody was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but that's work put in. You know what I'm saying? So
But that's what a lot of artists they don't pay attention to. Like even with those small opportunities, like you said, is what you make out of it.
man, look, like I'd have watched artists real live come up, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I'd have watched artists that's been doing this for a long time struggle. Now, what makes me different from the artists that's out there? people gonna ask that. It ain't the numbers I do. It ain't the songs I make because we already know I don't make music like anybody that's from my area. I don't make music like anybody. I hardly even listen to music. you know,
Uh-huh.
it's just the like somebody asked me, "Have you heard the new CD, this new album?" I said, "I don't listen to albums when I'm working on the album." You know what I'm saying? The most music
Right.
I ever listened to that wasn't mine was when I was DJing for that year and a half span. You
Mm.
know, and even then I was living by Shazam and living by the playlist of YouTube, whatever
But
YouTube gave me.
why is it that you choose not to listen to other music besides your own? Like,
Well,
how does that help you as an artist?
honestly, it's this. This is the thing. We're not artists by what we listen to. We're artists by what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We're artists by makeup of work and choices of living. I mean, the fact that I get up every day and choose to work on music, promoting music, and working on something new and fresh and impressive. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me an artist. Now, let's just keep it real. If I was getting up every morning, you know what I'm saying, and clocking in, clocking out, hurrying up and getting here before 5 o'clock so I can do my show on Monday, then going back to work and maybe hit a show here and there, then I couldn't sit up here and tell people I'm an artist, honestly.
Hmm.
I would have to be real with people. I would have to be like, yeah, look, I do music, but I also work at Walmart or I work in this office and I put that money aside and I use that money to do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I could
Yeah.
tell you that if that's what I did. I could tell you that. But now I'm telling you what it takes, and you never know. Like I could tell you as an artist what I did, and you could have everything else in place, but just that one small thing that could take you to skyrocket me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because that's how the music game works. Look, put it like this: they ask me, "Why do you give away free game success?" I say, "The game I got was free. I mean, it didn't cost me anything as far as monetary value.
Yeah.
It was me wanting to learn and me going out and learning it. You see, an artist came to me and said, "Yeah, man, I just got paid from BMI, you know?" And I
Okay.
said, "BMI? Damn, that's tight." So then I called BMI. I said, "Wait, y'all pay artists?" You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Mind you, this is just the hustler in me, the one to know how to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is 3-4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then they say, yes, we pay our artists. I say, I would ask Cap why we don't get paid. She said, oh, well, we're all the same. I say, y'all all the same. She said, yeah. I say, all right, well, I'm gonna call you back. I call ASCAP. I called ASCAP. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
wanted to know why is BMI giving out money and ASCAP ain't. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, are you registering your shows? I said, register my shows? No, ma'am, I'm not. I'm not registering my shows. Can you show me how? She said, sure. Click on your on stage and register your shows and register your events. Do you have your set list together? I said, no, ma'am, I don't. I don't have my set list together. Well, let's help you get that set up. Set up my set list, and then the very next, then like 2 months later, I got an ASCAP check. Right?
Hmm.
So this is how that happened. But that wasn't the end for me because now I'm around other people. Because when you start getting a check, you're working for these people now, right? You're in this field. So now you start talking to more people. You hit up an
Right.
ASCAP person, you're like, yo, you get your ASCAP check? Because you fresh as shit. You know what I'm saying? You get your ASCAP check. And then that person tell you a number, and you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So when he said that number, when that rapper told me that he was making this amount of money on ASCAP, I called ASCAP ass back. You know what I'm saying? I
Figure
said,
out.
hold on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I said, I got my check. But me and this other artist now, we do all our shows together. We on tour together.
Uh-huh.
So how he make way more than I make? She said, oh, let me see. Oh, oh, I see what's happening. Are you a publisher too? I said, no, ma'am, I'm not a publisher. She said, well, son, she said, honey, he's a publisher. That's probably why he's getting paid more. And then twice. And that I said, well, how do I become a publisher? You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
I gotta get all my coins.
Yeah, no, I didn't bullshit myself around and get this information and just be like, ooh, I have it now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like so when I started actually getting checks and I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like my first real big ass cap check, I literally told the wife, I said, yeah, let's go ahead and move. Here's the money for a house. Let's just go get one. And she said, oh, we good. And that's what we did. We moved down here in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all from just doing the shows. Good year, good 2 years maybe. You know what I'm saying?
See?
But running up credits, a lot of artists don't do that. A lot of artists ain't hitting those shows. They just Instagram.
I mean, but if they not okay, so they not hitting shows probably because they don't feel the benefit in paying to perform. So is there a benefit to paying to perform, or is there not a benefit to paying to perform?
The crazy thing is, like I just said, like this is what's crazy, right, Jezebel? Like, it don't matter if you pay to perform or not, right? Because the thing the artist got to understand is this: if Jay-Z wants to perform, he pays to perform. If Drake wants to perform, they pay to perform. This is what happens. This is how. Let me explain to you all how a situation happens. We're going on tour. Call them up. We're going on tour in January, February, April. Let's just say those are the times that we're going on tour. Okay, what cities we hitting up? Boom, boom, boom. Call those clubs, call those venues, make sure they open, see what the splits are, see what the percentages are. Even if that club, they're gonna rent out a venue for the whole evening. They're gonna say, give us sections A through F. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna say, all right, we're gonna buy all these tickets at a certain price. Them tickets may be what, 40, maybe $30, $30 a seat that they buy. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, all right, we're gonna buy these $30, 30 seats, or let's say 1,000 seats for $30, and we're gonna sell them. And if they all sell, we sell. Now they sell 1,000 seats, and they say, oh, we just sold 1,000 seats for $100 because then we bought for 30. You know what I'm saying? And then they go back and say, shoot, we're going to need more because those 1,000 seats went so fast. Now we're going to need the extra 1,000 seats. We can go ahead and give you the extra. Because we already know, for us, they're $30 a seat.
Yeah.
But we selling them for $100 a seat. I don't know why people in their rabbit head minds think that everything in life is free. It's like, when you make it, you start paying for your own things because you understand the bigger reward that comes from it. When you're not making it, someone else is paying for it for you. So you don't see the rewards. They do because they already understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hell, I don't give a fuck if I rent out a whole arena. If I rent out a whole arena, you know what I'm saying? How hard would it be for me to tell all the artists that I know, period, yo, $100, $200, y'all want to perform at Verizon Center? You know, when they get there, they lit. They Verizon Center. That's all they gonna promote. They don't know when they get to the Verizon, that junk gonna be blocked off with like a little green little junk. You just gonna be like, through this section. You gonna look around like, I ain't know the Verizon Center was this small. You know what I'm saying? You can just rent a little section. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's still performing at the Verizon Center. So I mean, like.
So you have to invest in your performance in order to get paid for your performance. So I just want to reiterate that and say that again, because what you said was registering your shows, running up your credits, and all of that has awarded you a check, pretty much.
A lot of artists don't understand. I have always put together my own concerts. You know, since 2007, I was putting together the Sula Fest. You know what I'm saying, with the Sula Fest CDC. And that was all rec centers. 2009, I started working with District Heights Rec Center, and we started doing. I had expanded to not only just a few rec centers, but I had like 4 or 5 rec centers. Okay. You know, by 2011, it was to the point where I could pick up the phone and call any murder playing in rec center and put the own concert together. Now, people ask me, how you get all these shows? I put my own shows together. When I walked into the clubs and I seen, like, I went into my first open mic, I walked into it and I was like, oh no. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at a list of 100 artists and you know that from 8 to 12 1 o'clock, they're going to be rapping their asses off. And you hope that you're in that 8 to 1 o'clock slot. But it's 100 of y'all. And all of y'all going to come back because you're not sold on the idea of performing. You're sold on the idea of people. You don't care if you're rapping for a bunch of rappers or not. So let's just be straight. Let's just be real. If you want to practice, let's just put it like this. You can pay $60 for a studio practice facility. You know what I'm saying? $30 an hour, $50 an hour for a studio practice facility. And you can go in there and you can get your, you know what I'm saying? You can work out, practice, and practice. Now, once I realized that, I found a loophole. I said, well, it's $50 to use the studio and practice, or it's $10 to get into a showcase and practice.
Which one do you get paid for?
You get paid for them all.
Okay.
But that's the thing about it is, it was about maximizing your opportunity. You know, I mean, you go into the, I could go into the studio and spend hours performing the same 3 songs over and over again until I feel comfortable, or I can work on 2 things: building a brand, putting my face in front of people, and still practicing my set. And that's what showcases are for, and that's what open mics are for. But at an open mic, I really prefer showcases over open mics, because open mics are just anybody that comes in. So, you know, which is cool if you understand the business of the person that you're doing the open mic for, and you understand the process of that open mic. If you know how it moves, how it functions, and things like that. But those are the benefits of showcases and open mics for practice, you know, because you gotta know. And then in the same breath, it's what better way to practice and then have somebody in there to say, yo, that was dope. And you can't feel bad if no one comes to you in a showcase or open mic and tell you that it wasn't dope, because they're all rappers.
Yeah.
They all want to be next, and they all already feel like you're in their way. Really. Because if you do get an honest response out of a rapper from an open mic joint, you just got to take it with the grain of salt that it is, you know. But you got to be always preparing and polishing yourself for the next move, you know.
Right.
And if you handling your ASCAP or your BMI right, you registering all your shows, and you got your set list or properly registered, and you're properly registering those shows, then guess what? You're going to accumulate the money that you need to do whatever you got to do. You're going to accumulate a budget to do whatever you got to do. Because if you're with ASCAP, every 2 months, you're going to be getting paid no matter what. And whether it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000, that's all based on your work that you put in 6 months before. So with BMI, it's a year before. The work you put in that year prior, you know you're going to eat off of it. Y'all artists, do your research. Start performing at these venues that are not registered with your PRO. And stop doing performances if you are not with a PRO. If you're not with ASCAP or BMI and you hitting the stage, then
What the hell are you doing?
cash out me some money, because you got it to waste. You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell the artist this week, you're doing a hobby.
Well, what if that's what it is? What if it's just a song and it's just really a hobby to them, and they're not really
Like, honestly,
then what?
my thing is this: you can pay for hobbies and do a lot of things.
Yep, sure. You're
You know what
damn
I'm
right
saying?
about that.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you like, you know, if you're doing it for a hobby, that's nothing more than like making pottery and stuff like that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you can't be in the way of people who are trying to make a living of it. You know, like, I mean, if you're not gonna put your money where your mouth is, then don't come out there speaking to people that are doing it. You know, um, like for me personally, the biggest insult wasn't the fact that I was being challenged. You know what I'm
Rather.
saying? Because I've been saying to myself, I want to be challenged. You know, I feel unchallenged, but it's because I put myself in a league of my own. You know, I'm not a trap rapper. I'm
Mhm.
not a drill rapper. I don't have a DMV flow. You know, I don't have a. I don't know. I don't have that stuff that you guys go crazy for. But what I do have is whatever's in my head. It hits that pen. It hits that paper. You
Yeah,
know, I understand that if I want to do this for a living, I don't have time to make excuses about why.
right. You just gotta keep
Artists,
going.
we're thinking that we have to get out of that time that 70s and 80s mentality. You know what's crazy? All of these artists that yell indie and they yell I'm independent and I'm the hottest in the city and my I need to be on or I need a record deal or I'm about to be on.
Hmm.
They don't even understand half of the game. I had an artist put on Facebook today that back in the day, Motown used to go out and record labels used to go out and really scout the talent and get the artists that they wanted. And that is 100,000% true. But artists, y'all have to ask yourselves, when did it change? When was the change that the A&Rs stopped coming to get us? Was it when a lot of artists started to follow in the teachings of one Jay-Z? Was it when the artists started following the teachings of a lot of other indie artists that were saying no deals, don't sign, you can make it, you can do it without telling them how? When did the entitlement come?
That's a good ass question.
Because what's really
When?
happens, no one understood that all of these artists that were getting approached, the Biggies, the
Mhm.
Pacs, the NWAs, the Temptations, the Jackson Fives, Michael Jackson, um, anyone else that you want to name that the label walked up to and just seen them and signed them, they all got screwed. All of them got bad deals.
Ah, that's the connection between the two. Okay.
That's the connection. And the thing about it is, why artists want to be so smart, but yet still subjected to what was back then and made them dumb in the first place? It's like they're like, "Oh, I'm too smart to. You can't take my masters. Oh, I know I ain't giving up my masters."
But as soon as the money come, they're throwing it all. Like even on a regular basis, when I'm talking to artists, and I ask that question, "Do you want to be signed?" And no, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. But you never know, you know. It's like when the money comes, all
It's
of
crazy.
that goes out the window.
It's crazy. But like the thing about it is, all the artists are saying, "I don't want to be signed," are got this whole "I don't want nobody to take my money" idea in their head, but don't understand that there's money that I have to invest if I don't want to be signed.
Say that again.
It's
Say
it's
louder
just
for the people in the back.
you gotta like if Walmart pays for marketing and advertisement, the NFL pays for
Pays for
marketing
that shit.
and
Everybody pays for it.
advertisement. Um,
Record labels pay for it.
record labels, everyone that you're up against, anyone that's a business, the job that you work for is paying for marketing and advertisement. They
Hmm.
pay you every time you say I work somewhere. That's a form of marketing and advertisement,
Hmm.
you know. But who am I? You know, I'm just little old me. I'm just little old me.
No,
You
that
feel
was
me?
a great, valid ass fucking point, though. I'm glad you said that. You
Like
know,
I'm just trying to understand. Like where's the entitlement? Where did it come in? Like, what part of anything? I mean, like, people would look at me and be like, how could you be an artist? And you
Mhm.
you you're not signed, you're not this, and the things you got to go through, and artists out here getting killed these days, and anything negative that they want to think about to explain why you shouldn't be an artist. But then when you ask them, why do you work? That company made $1 billion last year, and you ain't gonna make nothing off of it. They don't care about you, and if you die, they're not gonna care.
They just
Like, you
place
go
you.
you go right back with the same rebuttals that they have, because it's the exact same. It's just that the only thing that they're saying is, why are you a boss? Why do you want to run your own company? Why don't you want to just work for somebody and make sure that they help you and they're gonna take care of you and
And
make
it's
sure,
secure, supposedly, until the company goes bankrupt and your
man,
401k and
man,
everything else is
my
gone.
mentor,
Keep you
my
from insuring
mentor, my mentor worked his job for 25 years.
it.
On the 25th year, they all of a sudden didn't need him anymore.
I'm not laughing at him, but just the fucking concept and the nerve of that fucking company.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy? This is a common practice.
Yeah.
A common practice.
Oh,
Like,
you ain't gotta tell me.
it's
I
so
work for
trippy.
a huge pharmaceutical company, and they closed their office in Rockville, Maryland. And when I'm telling you, my boss she moved from North Carolina to that job, been working that company for 10 years, don't have a spot for her back in North Carolina, lost everything, everything. And she had faith in that company. And
Yeah,
that opened my eyes like, damn, I had to clear my 401k out. You know what I'm saying? I had to take the severance check and go on about my Merly little life, you know?
yeah.
And that
And
shit be
and it's
traumatized.
and it's nothing. It's nothing that, what I'm saying, like, you worked your whole life making this company,
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't even found yourself or made yourself. You
Yep.
know? So now we ask ourselves, what is the real fears when you start putting real stories in with real facts?
Mm-hmm.
I asked this artist. He tried to bring up a lot of things that he was saying about me is, I pay for marketing, and that's why I'm where I'm at today, and things like that. And honestly, a lot of it, like, he wanted to do a verses. It was all because he wanted to do a verses with me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But he said that he only had 5 songs. So I'm thinking to myself,
Hold on, wait. He want to do a verses with you, but his catalog only consists of 5 songs. Did I hear that correctly?
we did hear that correctly, but also incorrectly, because let me clarify what I'm saying. He only has 2 songs out that you can download and listen to. Only 2. He has 22 songs registered on his BMI.
Okay.
However, he only wanted to use 5 of his 22 songs.
Okay.
So that
So
meant,
why not just have fun with this, Six? Like,
what,
why?
because what that meant to me is that you have 2 songs that you put out. You have 22 songs in your catalog, and you only have 5 of them that you're confident about. That's not even a good percentage.
Mm.
So I don't go bragging about my catalog, but I have posted it. And he saw my catalog when I posted it. I have 117 songs in my catalog, right?
Mm.
And he was thinking that was cool, because he wants 117 songs in his catalog, obviously. Now, he was saying, pick 5 out of them. I said, I can't. I got 117. I said, I can't. I can't just pick 5. I said, my old music alone is better than a lot of this stuff that you have. But I think that I've
But
now
I thought you
transcended.
just said you can't tell somebody their music ain't that good.
That's what I said, but that's why I said that I have to stop that narrative, because they think that when I tell them it's good, I'm comparing it to mine.
Oh, okay.
That's remember in the beginning. That's why I said I've learned now
Mhm.
that we are the measure of success. You know,
Mhm.
a person isn't gonna look at you and be like, she thinks she's Angela Yee. You know what I'm saying?
More like Wendy Williams, bitch.
Yeah, like facts though. But the thing is, the thing about it is, a person isn't gonna look at you and compare you to Wendy Williams because that's giving you too much credit. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna want us. They don't want to look at. They're not gonna look at me and say, "Yo, Six remind me of Kanye," or "Six remind me of Pac," or "Six remind me of someone fun." You know what I'm saying? They're gonna
Mhm.
always be like, "Six ain't better than me." You know, like my music is better than his, but it's like I'm not the competition. I'm trying to catch
Right.
Lil Wayne, Drake, and them. So if
Hmm.
your music only better than mine, you still not where we need to be, baby.
Yeah, you got a long way to go,
Long
honey.
way to go. I'm trying to get up there. You talking about here. And I'm like,
No.
uh. But that's how you know the level of people, that's when the level of respect comes in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you start realizing that junk, you gotta start realizing, oh, you gotta be way more careful with your critiquing
Hmm.
and how you go about teaching or giving drop us a gem, so to speak.
Hmm.
I got niggas asking me, you don't charge for this type of information? I'm like, should I? I mean, I get paid for it,
I
but
mean, a lot of people do charge for information, but then it comes a point as what, like I was saying last night, what are you actually, what mark are you going to leave behind? Like, yeah, you got all this information, you can keep it to yourself, you can charge for it, whoopty whoopty whoop. But I think you leave a better stain on your people when you're able to help them and it doesn't really cost you nothing. Like you said,
man,
it didn't
what's that
cost
smart guy? What's that real smart guy that talks through the machines? Like, yes, everything is great, and that real smart guy, right?
you. I have
But
no.
yeah, I don't know his name, but he's a super genius. You know what I'm saying? And all of the other geniuses look up to him and shit, right?
Uh huh.
And every once in a while, they all fly to this one place. And Stephen Hawkins,
Stephen Hawking.
yeah, fly to this one place and watch my man talk and speak and do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what he says, it's fucking golden, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now I look at that and I'm like, hmm. Yes, he has books that you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he has things that you can buy, but he's not selling his. He doesn't sell his knowledge. He sells ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, if you want to ask me how did I come up with the idea, I find it best to study under the moonlight, and I find it best to look on the left side every day.
Mm-hmm.
That charges me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want the knowledge that I have, it's my job to create more knowledgeable people. You
Yeah.
know, so I don't have to charge you. My fee comes in when you're doing it. You know,
Yeah.
because I'm already getting paid. My fee
Mm-hmm.
comes in for me doing it regardless.
Right.
So to so the idea of that to me is what drives me nuts. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because I'm like, I don't care to charge my brothers or my friends or my supporters. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I want them to be on my level so that they
Exactly.
can they can share the story of my success, which is now their success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of other people choose to sell things and sell what I call dreams. I believe that if you put a price on it, you already don't believe that it works. You know, because if I get paid for every show, every performance, every seminar, everything that I do, you know what I'm saying? Every time I touch the mic, why would I charge you for me touching the mic?
To be
I'm
get
I'm
some
gonna get
people greedy like that,
yeah. Well, greed is also a sign of weakness.
ain't it?
Yes, greed is a sign of weakness. You know, uh, like I have an artist that signed underneath for me. You know, and he does nothing, literally nothing. Do his Instagram lives every once in the blue, like I tell him to do. Pop up to his shows. every once in the blue, and he's already about to get his first check from ASCAP. So it's like now when your album is ready, you already have a budget, you
Yeah.
know? And when your album drops, we're gonna market the hell out of it. And when
Yeah.
we market the hell out of it, we're gonna make a lot of money. And when we make a lot of money, everyone's gonna look at us. And when everyone look at us, we're gonna be able to inspire them to make a lot of money. And then we'll be the muses. And then the muses are always the ones that last forever. So what do we want to do? So these are the things that I teach people that like work with me.
Right.
That's like under me. I'm like, no, we don't get fat off of eating off of other people's plate. The
Yeah.
system is set up for us to get fat off of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the beauty about the system is it doesn't. I don't think that it's like a pie that is like 10 people at the table and there's only 10 slices of the pie. You know? So it's like, oh, let me try to keep 2 people at the joint so I can get me 5 pieces of pie.
Yeah, nah.
It's not like that.
The pie is big enough.
The pie is definitely big enough, and the pie comes every day. Like I told one of my friends that I said, think like this. This is a everyday process, and it never stops. It is going to go on even after you're gone and after I'm gone. And it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
our job to make sure our kids are left and they can leave it to their kids.
Right.
So now I'm like artists, we have to understand something. We all up and coming, even when we made it. Even when you're the next big superstar, you're still an up and coming artist. And there's always going to be artists that's going to be coming for you and feel like they're better than you. But we cannot give platforms if you haven't earned it. Now, honestly, Jezebel, if this artist if he had a whole album out,
Mm-hmm.
if he had a snippet of him performing live, you know, I would have entertained it. The funny part is I wanted to do the live with him, and I wanted to jive like shut him down.
Uh-huh. But why
But
not?
I realized something that, like I said, we're the measurements of success,
Okay.
and what's more so, there are more eyes on us than we think. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to be careful about the platforms that we give people. Because this is what was
My mom
hilarious.
said
He
that.
Before we started debating, he had 2 monthly listeners and 0 streams, 0 views. After the debate, he had a few more monthly listeners and he had a few more streams. I,
Thanks to you.
I explained to him that the battle was already over. Like he needed to thank me, period. Because like in a way, I still put him in position.
Mm-hmm.
Just by entertaining that for 2 days, that 2 day segment, I put him in position. Now he has to not drop the ball. A lot of free promotion. However, he's gonna drop the ball because after you get attention, you still have to deliver the music. And artists, I'm not gonna be telling y'all that your music is trash, but I'm gonna start telling you it's not for me. It's not for me. So I don't know what y'all got planned for the New Year's 2021.
Skinny dipping. Woo! Say no.
It's snowing like shit up there.
No, not yet. It ain't snow yet. Hold on. Did it start today? No, it ain't snowing yet. But yeah. Hopefully everybody got something nice and safe planned for New Year's.
Nah, yeah, 2021 should be lit. I'm expecting some real big things for 2021, really, honestly. But the main thing that I'm looking forward to right now is getting out this new project, you know, um, stacking up money as much as possible because we really like, listen, 2021, everybody need to be prepared that this world might shut down. It may shut down. And we may be stuck with a lot more verses. Ja Rule is begging for verses right now, y'all. Ja Rule is begging for verses.
Poor guy.
The music game is
So
funny.
what do you think happened with Ashanti's verses? You think she just decided not to?
Well, they say she caught COVID. She caught the vid.
But she
And
was
or
playing
Keisha
with
Cole, one of them caught the
giraffes.
vid. So yeah. But honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jezebel. I wasn't gonna watch that one. The Ashanti and Keisha Cole one.
Uh
I wasn't gonna watch it. I'm still high off the Gucci and Jeezy one.
huh.
And after that E40 one and Too Short, I am completely sold that I ain't watching no more. I want a newer one. I want a more current, up to date verses. I want like 2 artists from today that's still making
Okay.
tracks that can go back and forth at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, young. The old dudes need a check because the young dudes is eating them up and they're not getting no money and they're not getting no streaming money and they're not really getting anything like that. That's why they all going to Impact because Impact know how to do it right.
Mhm.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. It is what it is, Jezebel.
So what you smoking on down there? Cause last week you curried us. You ain't give us the Huffington Post that's going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. So I'm telling y'all, like I told y'all this week, I was gonna tell y'all the Huffington report. You know, and I'm still down in Atlanta trying to figure out where is where. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Now, what I had this week was crazy. I've had some really good strands this week, but
Okay.
that Smurfs turd and Balenciaga has been pretty good. It's been really good.
Smurf turd.
Yes, but I did actually get my hand.
Let's write that down, guys. Smurf turd and Balenciaga.
Yes, and I got my hands on some biscotti this week. Yes,
Damn, how was
the
that?
biscotti was awesome, awesome.
You know,
Now, yesterday I did get some strawberry gelato.
mm.
I went back in a pond down in Riverdale, y'all. Now, I told y'all Fayetteville is now King Huff.
Okay.
This city that I'm in may be the biggest Huff, maybe worse than Baltimore, and that's sad.
Leave me more alone.
Nah, man. But Baltimore, I'm gonna have to leave y'all alone if Fayetteville don't get this shit together, and Jonesboro. But I went down to Riverdale and I pulled up and I got my hands on some strawberry gelato.
Okay.
Now, rule one: designer weed is not supposed to come in a Ziploc bag. Rule number two: if it doesn't look like a duck and doesn't quack like a duck,
It's probably not a duck.
it's probably not a duck. But I had a buck and I was stuck. So I went on ahead and got this strawberry gelato. I didn't taste any strawberry or any gelato. Riverdale, you are on notice. Now, I will say that I was high as hell. I even felt like I should sleep half the time. I
Mhm.
even watched Wonder Woman 3 times.
That movie long as fuck.
I know, but I had 6 hours to just sit there and stare at Wonder Woman. And I also gave Soul a try on it. So I will say it was Huff, but it was one of those sleepy Huffs.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to probably end up going to bed early tonight. And I'm
Uh-huh.
going to probably end up sleeping throughout the day. But Riverdale, you are on notice. Y'all got to do better. I
Mm.
haven't got any calls from up there in the good old DMV.
Well,
Have to.
I stick to certain people, but the only thing I came across that was I've been coming across some good stuff. Like I had some. I didn't
I
think I would
told
like
you, though, that's not fair because you're a female. Y'all always.
the black cherry gelato. Is that what it's
Mm,
called? I
mm,
had that, and I actually liked it. And
black
then
cherry gelato? Mm.
is it black cherry or is it cherry gelato? I
I
don't
don't
remember
know,
it.
but that sounds like it is a treat.
It was strong as fuck. And then I'm back on the Grease Monkey. I got some more of that.
Grease
So
Monkeys,
I
okay.
had to get some more of that. That shit
Grease
was
Monkeys,
like
okay.
that.
Now, like
So Capitol Heights, yeah, they've been doing their thing.
Capitol Heights.
Capitol Heights
All
is
right, y'all.
all
Let's clap it up for Capitol Heights.
yes, you
Let's.
need to come. You need to check them out whenever you get a chance, whenever you come back. Well, hopefully they'll still be on good terms by then. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we can officially take Capitol Heights off of our Huff list for now.
Let me wait till next week and see what happens.
All right. And
Yeah.
Fort Washington, we're still waiting on the update. I definitely checked in on last week over the holidays for Christmas, and you guys were still serving Huff. And I don't understand what's going on. There's too many rich people out there in Fort Washington. Y'all all got money. And I know it's COVID or whatnot, but you ain't got to double down on the weed, man. Keep it good because people need it. All right. So if you know some good places where to get the trees at, go on and share them. Let me know because we want to get the people going. Are the pop-ups still going? Have they started back up or are they dead?
I don't know. I haven't really heard much. I don't know. It's dry, ever since. And you know what drives me crazy? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to rant for a second. How the hell was the mall open with thousands of people, but we can't even fucking socialize in a group of 10 or 15? Like, the shit was fucking crazy this holiday season. And it makes you want to pay attention to what's really going on. How are we able to go out and shop? And this COVID is supposed to be so dangerous, but there's thousands of people moving past each other, mask or not. But we can't even dine in with plaster between each booth. Like, that shit's
Man,
bullshit. I'm
man.
over it. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm moving down there. I'm coming. Fuck that shit.
Look though,
Out of here.
Atlanta is definitely open, but unless you got a real good tree connect, put. Stay
Yeah.
put. The music scene is what it is. It's not no different from home to me, you know. And like it's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to it. Like being active and being out and about is different now because it's not really nothing to it's not really like nothing to prove anymore. It's not like you gotta sell out a show. It's not
Mhm.
like you gotta try to find a party to go to. You know,
Right.
you don't have to appease to a market. Here, I'm just able to be me and sit back and focus on actually being success, as opposed to trying to figure out what's going on with everybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, cool with me. Cool with me. Now my new goals is to make sure everybody is kind of like, I just want to see everybody eating. I want to see everybody winning. And I want to see everybody definitely doing what they got to do. And yes, Riverdale definitely has the sleepy huffo. So Jezebel, I think we are at an hour. Yep, and 10 minutes. Let me see what's that there. We got some people that's supposed to be. So I got some people that I'm gonna start having them send us some music that we can listen to on the show.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I really don't want to start doing music reviews, everybody, because, like I said, it's not about if your music is good or not. It's about marketing and promoting your stuff. Um, you never know. You might be one click away from that person that you need to hear your stuff. So y'all just, man, like artists, take your craft serious. Stop taking time. Stop trying to shortcut it because it doesn't help when you shortcut it. And honestly, attacking artists that are working is not the way. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
Like,
leave Six alone.
no, like, cause like I was going. Listen, my inbox was so crazy with people like, stop, don't do it. You can't do that. You can't do it. Don't do it. Be nice. So I was just like, all right, but yeah, artists, stop. Definitely stop trying to come for me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, definitely please. But artists, stop taking shots at artists that's working and ask them how they're doing it so that you can be where you need to be. Learn something as opposed to trying to be a target. And shout out to a few artists that, like been doing it for a long time. Shout out my man Tokyo Crow. You know what I'm saying? He been doing it for a minute. D Black, Boone the
Uh-huh.
Engineer, Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like artists that I remember like staying humble, doing their thing for years and killing the game. And yeah, man, just keep doing y'all thing,
I
man.
have a question, and it's a little messy, but I'm still gonna ask you
Go
anyway.
ahead.
How do you feel about Nate Skywalker clout chasing off Aunt Lizzie's page? Like, have you been seeing that?
Yeah, let me tell y'all. I don't know if Nate Skywalker is watching this show,
Hey Nate,
but
had to get in it.
Nate
Had to ask about that.
Nate Walker walks around with devil horns.
That's what Aunt Lizzie said.
I saw that when Aunt Glizzy said, "How's a guy with devil horns going to say anything to me?" And I knew exactly who Aunt Glizzy was talking about when he said it. Now, do we think that there's anything that we can say to a dude that walks around with devil horns?
I
Is there
was
any?
gonna say, do you think it's helping or hurting his brand? Because Nate, I mean, let's not give him his little credit. He does have some nice songs, and he has been doing his work as an artist over the years. And it's like now I haven't seen this out of him. So to me, it's kind of new, but I'm not really always on IG either. So it's kind of like
Listen,
I feel
you
like it
said
may
a
be
lot of.
hurting his brand a little bit.
Well, yeah, but it's really all right. Like, so let me tell you what's really happening because you're exactly right. But it's called COVID exposure.
Okay.
Now you're starting. Now you really see who the real people are. Like for real. Like I'm seeing artists. I'm seeing artists say things like that. Spent all COVID pretty much, or right before COVID was all. I'm about to drop a new single. Check out my video. Check out my new song. Check out me. See me perform live tonight. But
Mm-hmm.
now, with none of that stuff happening, it's shifted to, oh, I got 5 kids. I got,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I'm married. I'm
Mm-hmm.
fucking, I work for a living. I do
Mm-hmm.
hair. You like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
An artist and a nigga, I mean a male, actually told me I've been doing people's locks. I've been twisting locks since COVID. And I said, what? Bro,
Mm-hmm.
that's a ladies thing. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean, but they
I
do it
get it.
in
I
jail.
get it. I seen it on YouTube. I seen some guy doing it on YouTube, but he may have been gay too. I don't know. I don't care. The point is,
Sex.
the point is, you are a rapper, and now you telling me that guys sit between your legs and you do their locks. I'm hurt. I'm hurt by this.
You crazy. You was real crazy. No, I just had to ask you about that because I just wanted to know your opinion.
No, like honestly,
Because sometimes.
I see a lot of the clout. I see a lot of the clout stuff. And the thing
Mhm.
about it is that is my problem that I have with DMV. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you clout chase from Aunt Glizzy when you're a musician, an artist, and Aunt Glizzy is not an artist?
Anymore.
I don't know if he ever was. I mean, like you calling yourself Aunt Glizzy after a man named Shy Glizzy, that's already a problem to me. I don't even know if y'all even in the same team, but you
Well,
got
his name is officially Barbara's son now. So we just call him Aunt Glizzy because that's what we remember him as.
yeah, but that's another bite. Cause was he trying to be like King Von, who was calling himself grandson?
I don't know. All I want to know is how does cloud chasing affect artists? Does it benefit? Could it hurt you? And does it depend on the type of cloud chasing you are doing?
No artist. I don't think any artist benefits off clout chasing. It damages them completely.
Okay.
Um, at the end of the day, as an artist, there's a certain mystique that you have to have to yourself. There's a certain say quality you have to have to yourself, regardless. So once you start attaching yourself to pretty much up as someone else, you already bring yourself.
Slowly.
And
Period.
it's not. I don't want people to think that I'm saying giving someone support and clout chasing off them is two totally different
It's
things.
different.
Two totally different things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it seemed like he wanted to be a part of all the jokes and the Jones on himself. But
I
what is now he with Barbara's son?
I have no clue. Another thing that since we're on the Aunt Glizzy topic is the Davy Ruffin thing. So my thing with that is, let's give Ant his props. When Davy's grandmother died, Ant threw up the white flag and said he wasn't going to fuck with Davy no more. He was like, I'm gonna leave it alone. We gonna let this shit go. Your grandmother just died. The world is bigger than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He took the big man road, right? What's going on now? They done buried the grandmother, and now Davy is coming at Ant. Like, and for me, I have an issue with that because that man, real live, gave you a break. Like, he had his foot in your neck. You know what I'm saying? And for him to just come back, you know what I'm saying, and still,
So
should have just let that shit go all the way.
I got a inside guy who is very close with Davy Ruffin, and I want to say he's a family member.
Okay.
However, he gave me the inside scoop, y'all, and this is what is crazy. The Ant Glizzy and Davy Ruffin beef is 100% real.
Okay.
These Negroes hate each other. And their sides are trying to keep them from seeing one another. So I don't think Davy Ruffin is gonna be taking any white goddamn flags. And they want each other. Now I don't know if any one of them got the fortitude to take it to being violent.
What do you?
I don't think that they have that.
They about that life.
Yeah, I don't think they really about that life. And Davy Ruffin is a comedian. And like I told my friend who said that he was very close to Davy Ruffin, and I believe that he said that he was one of his relatives. I told him that he should just tell Davy Ruffin, and I get his advice to Davy Ruffin, if you listen, if you catch this, just drop a song, bruh. Drop a song.
I thought he did. He dropped this song called Davy's Son or something like that.
What?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he did. He dropped this song like the first half of the beef.
Did he put it on Spotify?
I don't know. It might be on YouTube though, if I'm not mistaken.
See, if he got to run it up because Ant Glizzy don't do no numbers on Spotify. You know, and hold on. Nah, that's Davy. Nah, Davy Ruffin got 0 monthly listeners too. All right, so, yeah, I don't want to do that live on air because he ain't got no monthly listeners either. But y'all gotta stop thinking that just because niggas know y'all on Instagram that people listen to y'all motherfucking shitty ass music, man. Y'all gotta fucking promote that music, man. And Glizzy ain't no artist. He's a damn nigga. You know what I'm saying?
His last little mixtape was alright though.
Who, Ant Glizzy?
All
right, I'm gonna listen.
It could have been better. I said I ain't say good. I said all right.
Now I'm gonna listen to. Did it sound anything like what we hear currently?
My favorite song on there. Shout out to Fat Yee. My favorite song is Murder Music. So shout out to both of them. Please listen to that song. You may not like it. We may have different tastes, but I really love that song. That shit is on repeat.
All right. What's it called again?
Murder Music.
Got him.
Ant Glizzy and Fat Yee.
That's on his new album?
I think it's the latest mixtape.
I got it. All right, I'm gonna check that joint out.
Yeah, it's okay. You might like it.
No, like I ain't gonna lie, like I don't really listen to a lot. I don't listen to, so I'm in full blown album mode. So I have not been listening to anybody's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm working on, like, and my album, like, it'll probably, I'm hoping that it's done by like February, March. Now, technically, I already have a lot of the stuff done, but I just don't like listening to nobody else's music when I'm in work mode because it's like flooding. But I am gonna listen to this song. I'm gonna listen to this one song today because I want to hear Ant Glizzy. I haven't really heard anything from him that I was like, all right. And especially like I don't really care too much for Shutting the MC's music either. You know,
she's good. Like I actually took time out and went back and listened to her stuff, and I was like,
so the idea of good as far as having talent is a yes. But I'm more of song structure and song longevity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them make in the moment songs that
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and I may be wrong, but I usually not. I don't think they're timeless. That they focus on making timeless music. They
Mm-hmm.
make struggle music in the time that they're in. You know, um, and me personally, I've always said, yeah, it's sometimes it's cool to make music that it touches you, but as an artist, we have a responsibility to write music that touches people and
Mm-hmm.
lives for a long time. You know, um, and that's been my niche. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing. Now, a lot of artists can choose to write how you want to write, but I'm trying to explain to artists that if you think about artists that have touched your life and touched the industry's life and made it a lifetime, it's not about their music. Is their music that's about them is a lesson that's to be taught. There's always a message that's shared and something that's to be given from it. You know, I mean, even still, let's just take a song like Current WAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we hear her talking about her WAP or whatever the case may be, but let's just be real. The song is hot because she's giving instructions and giving, you know what I'm saying, direction on how to go about doing something. It's not the fact that she has WAP, it's the fact that she has someone that knows how to deal with that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then it's more structured to telling you how to handle it if you have something, if you have WAP, you know what I'm saying, in your life. So it's like when you hear that, you're like, oh, cool, all right, bet.
So
You
you
know,
think that's gonna be timeless? You think that song will still be playing in the club 15 years from now?
you know what? The song is definitely is timeless like my neck and my back. You know what I'm saying?
And I was thinking 50 Cent in the club.
Exactly. Those songs, they may not be played every day,
Yeah,
but
but you definitely
when
gonna
they
hear him
come
on
on, they're
speaker in
gonna.
the club somewhere.
And
So that is.
the more vulgar our world gets, the longer that lifespan of that song will be able to have. You
Mm.
know, you see what I'm saying? Like that song gonna always be when you talk about the raunches of the gutters, of the clubs, of the parties. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
Mm.
always hear that for the rest of your life. You walk into a strip club, you're gonna hear that for the rest of life. If you're a strip club going till you 100, you're never gonna stop hearing WAP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna be strippers playing that joint forever to the end of
Okay.
time. You say so like that's what I'm saying. Like, but let's just be real. A song about running down on somebody and a song about um things that you have. Um, I got a Bentley, I got a belt, I got you know what I'm saying? These are not
Mhm.
gonna last forever because a 2020 Bentley is not gonna be hot in 2030. You know?
Damn straight.
If Fendi is not cool, then you saying you rocking Fendi, people be like this. Oh man, I remember we used to rock Fendi. You know, so
Fendi just started popping back. You know what I'm saying? It was dead for a while.
I don't know anything about fashion.
It was dead for a
Like
while. Like
the
Fendi was hot when I was in elementary school, and then like junior high and high school wasn't really that. It was Iceberg, Versace, Dolce and Gabbana, and shit like that. And then all of a sudden, I'm telling you, Fendi just
pop
took
back up.
off.
Wow. And see, like I've never been into fashion. Nike, Jordan. That's
Yeah.
all I know, you know.
Mhm.
But I knew Old Navy. You know, I thought that was high fashion, but as I got older, you know, so I ended up working down in Georgetown, and I was like, when I started working in Georgetown, I was like, what?
Mhm.
Like that was the first time in my life that I actually looked at my life and was like, I'm poor. You feel me? I mean, I walked into a
Yeah.
store. I walked into one store that had, I thought it was chocolate. And I was like, damn, y'all sell chocolate in here? He said, these are truffles. These are $100 truffles.
Oh fuck
I
no.
said, a fucking $100 for this piece of shit? He said, hell yeah, truffles are expensive. I said, well, shit, I'm in
Shit,
the wrong
I need
goddamn
to try
store.
one of those. Shit. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you feel
No.
me? So like you start like that was the first time in my life that I was like, yo, I'm fucking poor. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know shit. Niggas just
Yeah.
there were stores that I had never ever seen in my life. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Shit, they
and
restaurants expensive as fuck down there.
there were restaurants I never seen in
With
my life.
nasty ass food.
That was food. They would look like I didn't see a lobster tail until I was maybe like 26.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it was
But
like,
are you a seafood eater?
hell yeah. I finally started eating seafood in like my mid-20s. I started eating seafood and I've been addicted ever since.
Oh.
I'm like, you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the first time I had a lobster tail put in front of my face, it was cold and everything. I'm poking. I'm like, ugh, what the hell is
It was
this?
cold.
Yeah, they was like, eat it. And I was like, eat it. They're like, yeah, eat it, dude. I was like, I was hooked. I was
Lobster good
addicted.
as shit.
I'm like, y'all
I
wanna eat that motherfucking lobster tails? Let me get some more of the motherfucking. I
got.
went to the motherfucking stove. I Googled how to cook lobster tails. That's the type of
Mhm.
nigga I am. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like when you like something, you gotta Google
Yeah.
how to have it yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You learn how to
Mhm.
you go to the grocery store, get some lobster tails, and learn how to do it so you can enjoy the fine things in life.
Right.
And see, like I didn't know these things, man, but now that I do, oh my God. And that's why I tell anything that I want to do now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, learn it. We're in a world now where you learn it. You know?
Yeah. So next week you said you're gonna get some music in and on and popping and
Yeah. I got some artists that want me to listen to their music. I have not listened to it yet. And I keep on explaining to artists that I'm not listening to music, not because I don't care,
I'll send it to me. I'll listen to it.
but because I'm working on the album. So yes, I will. I will be sending out music, and we're gonna be reviewing some music for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna probably do like 3 songs.
Y'all
Now I
get
don't want to hit.
fast at this.
I don't want to hit too much. I don't want to hit
Mhm.
too much, but I am gonna play like 3 songs from like 3 artists,
Okay.
and we're gonna give some reviews. I'm gonna let everybody give me some feedback on it, and we're gonna
Mhm.
see what those artists is doing. Because one thing I want artists to understand is there's plenty ways for you to actually get where you want to get, especially doing music. Main reason is because it's not when you say you want to do music, there's so much that you can do. If you ugly, you can be a songwriter. If you think you fly as hell, you can have somebody write for you. If you just want to be in it to make money, you can be a
It's fucked
manager.
up, Six. He said
You can be a
you
publisher.
be a songwriter.
I'm just trying to tell everyone the same things that was told to me. You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck told you that?
When I used to when I used to work at Sony, and I used to sit in that damn room with them, with the president, and then when they had to bring them artists in there, and artists was sending in their music and stuff, and they would walk in there and they'd be like, "All right, let's hear it," and someone standing there with that look on their face. You know what I'm saying? Then they either start rapping or singing, and it'd be like a few minutes. You know, and then they don't get long. Some of them didn't even get out the first bar. It was like, all right, next. You know, I heard all. They was like, y'all put that ugly motherfucker in here. See, I ain't got
30
enough breath.
seconds. You really got 30 to 45 seconds to catch your listener's ear and attention. After
Yeah,
that,
but you have 5 seconds to catch their eye, and that's a quick scan. You know what I'm saying? That's a quick scan. It's like, oh shit. They already know if they're gonna fuck with you or not off the 5 second scan in the first initial meet. That junk goes from head to toe.
but
Head to toe.
so how did well let's not even get on Lil Nas X. But I mean, how could
Because
you
on the 5 second scan, he checks out. And then when you get to the 30 second scan, he checks out. That's how Lil Nas X wins. You gotta imagine. To get to where you need to be, you only have to impress a small group of people. It's probably like 5 or 10 people in the room.
uh-huh.
That's easy. You walk in that door with a shiny ass motherfucking Elvis outfit, you gonna get the motherfucking crowd.
Okay.
You gonna pass the 5 second look. The 5 seconds is already like, oh, what's he wearing? Oh, it's
Mhm.
5 seconds now. All you gotta do is start singing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I don't know anybody that could turn down that song. Oh, I wanna take my horse to the hotel room. As soon as you hear it, you just like, fuck that shit. I mean, listen, everybody that heard that song wanted to buy a goddamn horse.
I love that song.
I wanted to buy a horse. So that is our time for the day, though, Jezebel. We hit the 1:30 mark like a boss. Boss Biz Radio. We're going to
Hey,
be back here next Monday. Jezebel, what you got planned for us?
well, 2021, we trying to go international, so we will be introducing the international show to all my international artists. Hopefully we can get stuff up and running again. Like I said, I'm looking to start traveling more. Looking for more opportunities for artists that's really, really trying to get out and that wants to perform. Remember what he said. Either way, you got to invest in yourself to get paid. So let's get on that. For New Year's, pretty much still quarantining. I was gonna head down that way, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen for me. So
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
for all
Christmas
you
kind of
artists,
bust my ass. So
yeah, I know. I know how that go. Trust me, I know how that go. I woke up and the day before Christmas, I spent like $1,200 like an idiot. Because you realize last minute gifts and you start seeing like dumb stuff.
yep, and then you just start picking up everything. Well, maybe I should get him this, or maybe I should get him this, maybe this and that, and then you end up like
Yeah.
me.
I fucking looked at my bank account and said, God damn, I only got $300 left. Well, going to buy an ounce. All
You
right, y'all.
crazy.
So, y'all check in with me next week. Y'all know, keep rolling with your boy.
Thank y'all
Jezebel.
so much. Thank everybody for tuning in. Rolling with Success. Success, thank you so much. I wish you a happy New Year's. You'll probably get a text from me prior.
Yes.
But everybody that's watching, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy your New Year's, your holidays.
It's our last show. This is our last show of the year.
Yes. We lit, bitch.
We lit. So, y'all already know what we say at the end of the show. Roll those roaches, throw those ashes, put them away, and get ready to roll the next one. And we out.
Ow. Bye, y'all. Happy New Year's.